Everyone thinks losing hope happens because life becomes too hard. But actually, most people lose hope because they believe nothing is happening when everything important is happening where they can't see it. I've watched this pattern repeat in thousands of stories. The people who eventually break through aren't always the strongest. They're the ones who stop believing their emotions more than reality. Today, I'm going to show you something I call the hidden horizon principle. Once you understand it, you'll never look at hopeless seasons the same way again. Look, your biggest mistake isn't feeling tired. It isn't crying. It isn't doubting. It's believing that slow progress means no progress. Those are completely different things. Most people confuse them. That's where hope dies. Think about planting a seed. You don't dig it back up every morning to check whether it's growing, because the moment you do, you destroy it. Life works the same way. Growth happens underground first, results arrive later. But that's not even the most interesting part. The same rule applies to your future. Here's what nobody tells you. Hope doesn't disappear all at once. It disappears one tiny thought at a time. I guess this isn't working. Maybe everyone else was right. What if nothing ever changes? Sound familiar? Those thoughts don't feel dangerous, but they're quietly rewriting your decisions. Because every action follows a belief, and every belief begins with a sentence you repeat to yourself. Here's the crazy part. The reason your brain wants to quit isn't because you've reached the end. It's because uncertainty feels more painful than failure. Your brain would rather choose a bad ending than keep waiting for a good one. That's why people abandon dreams, leave relationships, stop improving, and give up on themselves. Not because they can't continue, because certainty, even painful certainty, feels safer. Most people stop here, but actually, this is where the hidden horizon principle begins. Every meaningful breakthrough follows 3 invisible stages. First, silence. Nothing appears to change. Second, pressure. Everything feels worse. That's when most people quit. Third, momentum. The progress that was invisible suddenly becomes impossible to ignore. People call it luck. They call it overnight success. They call it perfect timing. They're wrong. They simply weren't watching during stages 1 and 2. Let me ask you something. What if this isn't the end? What if this difficult season isn't proof you're failing, but proof you're closer than you realize? Notice what your mind just said. Yeah, but what if I'm different? That's the voice of exhaustion, not truth. Your emotions report today's weather. They do not predict tomorrow's climate. Never confuse the two. Here's another thought you probably had. How much longer can I keep doing this? Wrong question. Ask this instead. What kind of person am I becoming while I keep going? Because outcomes change your situation, character changes your life. And character is built exactly where hope feels weakest. The world tells you to chase motivation. I disagree. Motivation is unreliable. Hope built on emotion collapses. Hope built on commitment survives. That's the difference. One waits to feel ready. The other moves anyway. History always remembers the second person. Look, nobody can promise exactly when your breakthrough arrives. But this is certain. The people who receive it are always the people who were still standing when it came. Not because they never wanted to quit, because they refused to let one difficult season write the ending of their story. Remember the hidden horizon principle. When you can't see movement, don't assume there isn't any. When everything feels quiet, don't mistake silence for abandonment. When hope feels small, protect it anyway. Because the greatest transformations almost always happen before they become visible. And the moment you decide it's over is usually the moment your hope is being tested the hardest.